Alright guys, so now that you've finished building all 4 web apps, we're going to wrap up the course by deploying our app to Heroku and then going over some final thoughts. One note is that you will need to install the Heroku tool belt. I'll have links to that down below, and there's also more information and more extra stuff that we go over in the full Ruby on Rails course, which is down below in the description for free. So without further ado, let's get started.
Alright guys, so currently our application is done, but it's not quite ready to be deployed to Heroku. And this is because right now in our gem file, up until this point, we have been using the gem called SQLite 3 for our database. Our database uses SQLite 3. Now the problem is that Heroku does not support SQLite 3. They use a database called PostgreSQL, as I like to call it, or you could just say PG, because that's what the gem's called. So how do we get it so that we run SQLite 3 when we're running it on our server, but then when it's actually public, we run PG, the PostgreSQL gem? And that is actually very simple. We're just going to cut the SQLite 3 gem and paste it down into the group development test, right where we call bytebug or bybug. So we'll paste that in there. And good. So group development test due, and we have SQLite 3 in there. So now that we have SQLite 3 in there when we're running the server on our computer, how do we get it running PostgreSQL on the server that Heroku gives us? And that's very simple. We're just going to say group and then :production do, and then inside of here we'll have gem of PG and gem of Rails _ 12 factor, which is going to help run our server easier when it's on Heroku. Alright, great. So we have everything set up. We just need to update it. So I'll open up our terminal, say bundle install, and then I'll say git add dot and git commit -m, and we'll name this commit prepared for Heroku. Prepared gem file for Heroku. And this is very important, the git part. So without further ado, I will see you in the next video where we will deploy our app. Sweet. Alright, congratulations guys. You've come to the final part where we will actually be deploying our app to the web for all to see and criticize. So the first thing that I'm going to do is cd into my project directory, which is in /program/rails/blog, because we'll be deploying the blog. And then inside of here, the first thing that we need to do to double check is say git status. And if it does not say that your branch is up to date, then you have to do git commit and git add dot, or else you will not be able to deploy to Heroku, because Heroku deploys what is on Git and not actually what is in your project folder, which can be very confusing and mess things up very easily. Alright, so now that that's done, the first thing we're going to say is Heroku login. And make sure that you have the Heroku tool belt installed to do this. So first thing I'm going to put in my email, aconrade@gmail.com, and then I'm going to put in my password, which will be hidden. Great, so I'm logged in, and now let's actually create the app to Heroku. In order to do that, we're going to say Heroku create, and then if we just say Heroku create, it will generate a random URL for us, or we can do a space and put the name of our app. Now the problem is that most of the app names are already taken, but I'm sure you can find one that sort of suits what your project is. So I'll do Heroku create, and then the name of the app will be, let's just say, course blog. So let's see if that's not taken. And what do you know? It isn't. So I have claimed that spot already. Now all I say is git push Heroku master, which is going to put everything on the Git to the Heroku site. So it's going to run this long command and it's going to take a long time. I'm just going to pause the video and then come back when it's all done in a second. Alright, so now that it's done, and we are going to open up Google Chrome so we can actually see our app. So we'll go to courseblog.herokuapp.com. And it says, uh-oh, we're sorry, something went wrong. Now don't worry, this is completely normal if you're working with migrations or anything like that. So all we have to say is Heroku run rake db migrate, and you should be good. So don't worry, it's perfectly normal for Heroku to do that. You just need to run that command and you are good. Now another thing that you might need to do is run rake dbseed if you are working with active admin like I told you earlier. But that shouldn't be a problem with you unless you're using active admin or you want anything else stored in your database before it's deployed to Heroku. So we'll reload the page and you see my blog. We have an empty blog and that is our app up on the web. So sweet, congratulations guys, give yourselves a pat on the back and share the website that you deployed with your friends and family, and I will see you in the next video. Sweet.